Hey, welcome to another episode of Smoky Ribs. Today I'm going to be doing game day pizzas. Alright, this video is not going to be so much about how to make certain pizzas like pepperoni, supreme, or whatnot. What I'm really showing you is how to make a perfect crust for these Kamado style cookers, or any kind of grilled pizza, actually. One that will hold up and not burn before the rest of the toppings are ready. And also on the Kamado Joe over here, I'm going to show you a way that I'm going to configure it. I've never done this, but just in thinking about it, I believe it's going to produce a better pizza. So let's get started on that and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, if you notice, I've already got my charcoal in there and ready. I've got one of the Kamado Joe fire starters. I'm not ready to start this up, but what I am going to show you is how I'm going to configure this for the pizza. Alright, this is the deflector plate. I'm just going in like I normally would. What I've got here is I've got one of these extender racks for the Kamado Joe. And I'm simply just going to place that right there. And from there, I'm putting a pizza stone up here. Now you can probably see where I'm going with this. What I'm basically doing is getting this thing way up elevated to where it's really going to be up inside of the dome, where it's going to pick up a lot of reflective heat and it's going to really cook the top of this pizza while the bottom is cooking at the same rate, or at least that's what I'm counting on. So we're going to try it and see how it comes out. Okay, I just removed this dough after rising for almost 2 hours. Now what makes this dough different than a lot of them is it's very wet and sticky, as you can tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly flour this with a little bit of the flour that's on the board here, just so I can work with it. I'm going to separate this into three separate doughs here for 3 different crusts. I'm going to place them on a styrofoam plate, then cover that with a saran wrap, some plastic wrap. We're going to let it rise 1 more hour. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself here just a little bit. I guess I need to take you back a couple hours ago where I first made this dough and show you all the ingredients. Alright, we're getting ready to put some pizzas together here shortly. What I'm going to be making for game day pizzas is Jalapeño Popper Pizzas. My son brought me a bag of these jalapeno peppers that he grows. He had overabundance this year, so he's been hooking me up with some jalapenos. Also, I've got some of these Mexican bell peppers that he also grows. I've never had these. I don't know if they're hot, mild, or what, but I'm going to go ahead and dice all this stuff up. I got some cheeses to grate up, and some shallots and a few other things. And I'll bring you back when we're ready to put these pizzas together. All right, I got all this cut up. I'm gonna go ahead and take the jalapenos, the Mexican bell pepper, and the shallot. I'm gonna place it in a bowl. I'm gonna mix it with a little olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Just toss it around for a little later. Okay, like I said, I'm not really trying to show you a recipe for any particular pizza. You certainly know what kind of pizza you like, and you can build it any way you prefer. This video is more about the crust, the dough, and also the method that I'm using on the Kamado Joe. I know some of you people will appreciate that, especially the Kamado owners and pizza lovers everywhere. This is the size of our dough after it has rose for another hour. Been about an hour, hour and a half. You don't want to work this very much in this state, because believe me, it will turn into a rubber band. It's very elastic. All you want to do, right now it's nice and soft. You can work with it. But if you try to roll this back into a ball and overwork it any at all, it's going to tighten up on you. So it's best just go ahead and get it the size you want it at this stage. Alright, over here on my right I have a pizza pill with cornmeal already on top of it. And speaking of cornmeal, I have seen people on other videos, for some reason, not only do they put cornmeal on their pizza pill, they also put it on their pizza stone. And there's really no need for that. All the cornmeal does is create like ball bearings, so this dough will slip off easily onto the pizza stone. That's all it does. It's not there for any other reason. And after making a pizza or two, it will tend to burn, so really the less you have, the better. You just want just enough to where it'll slide off easily. A little bit more. This is getting paper thin. Alright, we're going to place it on our pill. The thing you want to do to this dough after you get it on your pill is to take a fork, or if you have a pizza docker, a dough docker, go ahead and pierce some holes through your dough just like this. This will prevent air bubbles from popping up in your dough. They're really big ones. You still might get a few, but this really cuts down on it. Alright, now from here we have the crema mexicana. This is an excellent base for pizza like this. This Jalapeño Popper Pizza. This is really good. You don't want to bring it all the way to the edge, about like you see right here. Alright, what we're going to do now is put a good liberal coat of some pepper jack cheese. I'm going to stop at that because we're going to add more cheese here in a moment. Alright, now what I'm going to do is add some bacon bits. I fried this bacon earlier, just broke it up. What would a jalapeno popper be without bacon? Alright, now we're just simply going to put some of these peppers on here. That's the Mexican bell pepper, that's some shallot, jalapenos. I'm just going to go through here and add these. I also got some black olives. You don't have to put black olives if you don't like them. I love them. And like I said, I'm not really showing you how to make a pizza per se. It is a great pizza if you want to try it. But basically I'm just showing you more about the crust here more than anything, and how to do this on a Kamado Joe. We'll be outside here momentarily. We're going to pop this on the Kamado Joe and see how it does. Okay, this pizza has been going roughly 17 minutes, much longer than what I thought it would take. So I'm gonna make some changes here and see how it does. I think what my problem is I shouldn't have put the deflector plate in here. I should have had just wide open heat with the pizza stone up here. So I'm going to reconfigure this before we do the next pizza and see what kind of difference it makes. I would love to do this in like 5 to 6 minutes instead of 15. Pizza looks good though. Just wanted to point out this deflector plate. Look how clean that is now. Everything, man. That's just from letting it rip earlier at about 600 degrees. And by taking this out, I feel like I'm going to be able to do these pizzas a lot quicker. This is just choking me down too much once I open this lid. That pizza was delicious, by the way. I've still got a piece over here. I mean, I have no problem with cooking it just like I did, but I'm just basically experimenting right now. I want to be able to do like a 5-6 minute pizza on this, if not quicker. So we'll be back. Let me take this out and reconfigure. There we go, deflector plate out. That was really no big deal at all. Took me just a second, well, a couple of seconds. Alright, now we're going to try the reconfigured Kamado here. Before you put your pizza on, give it a little jiggle to make sure it's freed up and not sticking. Just like that. Close your lid as soon as possible. By the way, I'm able to look in this top hole here. This pizza is sitting up so high I can see the crust all the way around it. You know, without having to open this door, I can see exactly what's going on. So that's a big plus also. Okay, one thing I've learned, that you do not need to use the deflector plate when doing this style of pizza. Go ahead and remove the deflector plate, never put it in. And I do like the pizza stone up this high. That worked really good. I cannot be more pleased with the way this pizza turned out. This was the second method by removing the deflector plate. It cooked in about 1/3 of the time. It took me right at 17 minutes, I think, on the first one. Did this one in about 7 minutes. And one thing I would recommend doing if you're going to be doing like pizzas for a party where you're doing quite a few pizzas, go ahead and stock your firebox all the way up, because with the lower and the upper vents wide open, your charcoal will burn up quick. Even though the Kamado is known for long extended cooks, you know, low and slow, when you have everything wide open, it don't last as long as you think. I'm really pleased in the way this pizza turned out. It's perfect. If you want to see the bottom of it, it's not burnt at all, not even close. This crust, man, I'm telling you, this is amazing. It's got a very, very nice chew to it. We've done devoured the other pizza in there, and anyway, it has a very nice chew. And by the way, this Jalapeño Popper Pizza is pretty good stuff. A little on the spicy side, but I like it like that. Alright, that's about it. Until next time, smoky ribs.